Hey there, it's me Red Knight and welcome back to my channel for a Heyday video. Now I keep getting questions about feeding the animals and how to make specific feed and which animals need certain kinds of feed. So today's video is going to be focusing on that. Now if you do have any questions as the video goes on, please do write them down in the comments and I will try to respond later to that. Now, what are the animals of Heyday? Well, there's a grouping or specific groupings of animals. You've got your farm animals, which would be these ones down here. You've got your pets and other animals down here. And within the sanctuary area as well, you've got more animals that are there as a kind of like a zoo style effect. And depending on the animal, depends on the kind of feed that you need. Now you feed the animals, they run around, they enjoy their life, they then go back to sleep. And then once they've actually gone back to sleep, you then have certain actions that you need to do. So let's start off with the basic farm animals first of all for this video. Now these are the farm animals. You've got cows, you've got sheep, you've got pigs, you've got goats, and you've got chickens. Now once the animal has actually gone through its actual cycle of being fed and walked around and fattened up, you can see that they kind of look like this, bloated. Whether they are standing around with their hats on or falling asleep or all bushy like the sheep or fattened, prepared to be milked like the cows, it depends on the situation. Now for harvesting the product or collecting the resources from those, it's very simple. You just tap on the actual pen, use the tool for collecting the resources, and hey presto, it's done. Now if you want to, you can then go to the next one and do exactly the same thing. If you've got more than one pen to collect, don't even take your finger off, just slide your finger over and then you can do every single animal at the same time, which is kind of cool. And all those resources will then go to your actual storage. Within that actual menu option there you've got for tapping each of the pens, you'll see that it comes up with a feed option, a collection option, and a brush option. Now the brush option with the hanger is for changing the clothing. Slide that one down onto the farm animals, you can see all of the seasonal hats that are available, and then basically you can dress up your animals depending on the theme that you would like. You can pick and choose different ones. Again, the choice is yours when it comes down to dressing them up. And once you say confirm, those animals are either wearing or not wearing. Now for feeding, which is the other icon, which is this little one here, again slide it over the animals and you can feed them. You can feed one, if you wanted to you can feed two, or if you wanted to you can feed all of them, and again sliding around allows you to feed. Once you get used to playing Heyday, it's actually very easy. You'll just tap on the pens, see if they need to be done or to be fed. Tapping on the pens again tells you they need to be collected. Okay, if I look at the feed option down there, you'll see that it's highlighted and it means I can feed something. If I tap it on again, you'll see that it's grey, which means there's no hungry animal. So the game is very intuitive in relation to telling you what you need to do. So I like that aspect of it. I don't have to stress it. If I forget to feed an animal, let's just say it's hidden by trees or something like that and I can't see. By tapping the pens I can see if something needs to be fed or not, and I know, aha, there's an animal down there that still needs to be done. I can then just slide it around behind my trees that are blocking and then the animal is then fed. These ones down here, you can see there's nothing to be collected, there's no feed ready that's produced. If I try to slide down to feed it, it's going to say, hey, you need to spend diamonds to feed. Don't spend the diamonds, it's too expensive. You have to make it. And again, if I move on to the chicks, same situation. I collect the products. Now you just saw there that a marker state came up. That's basically a resource that you get when you're actually collecting your animals. It could be expansion material for a variety of different things. You also get a lot of experience points as well. Now the feeding doesn't give you XP, it's the actual collecting from the animal that does that. And that XP goes towards your total, allowing you to then level up and then claim the rewards and move throughout the game. So it's kind of cool on that side. That's the farm animals. Now, how do I make the feed for the farm animals? Well, if we slide on down here to where I got my pets, you can see some feed is actually being made. And you can see the bags of feed. Now, each bag of feed is actually for 3. And if I click on that one now, you'll see 3, 3, 3, 3 being collected of the sheep feed. Click on that one, there's 3 of chickens, there's 3 of goats, 3 of goats, and 3 of goats. Now that will then go into my storage. If I slide on over to my barn, you can have a look at it there. You can see the feed's been added, plus any other resources that I've actually earned. If I slide on down to this section here and I click on the roadside stall, you can see there's a third storage option, which is your helpers. So if you've actually hired your helpers, they will actually do some of the feeding and preparation of feeding the animals for you. And I've got a nice helper video on my channel that explains all of that. But any feed that they make goes into this extra storage, and it doesn't get counted towards your regular storage, which is kind of cool in some ways as well. Right, now let's come back down to that feed mill. Now at the moment the feed mill is working. So what do I do to load it up? Well, if I click on the feed mill, you'll see there's a variety of options. You've got chicken, goats, pigs, sheep and goats down there. And as you progress through the game, you'll then get a new animal added to your livestock, which means you can then start feeding them. Basically within the game of Heyday, you need to have the animal to be able to feed it. If you can't feed it, you shouldn't be able to produce the feed. It kind of makes it a little bit difficult. Hence the fact that if you're getting certain animals within the game before you can produce it, or certain items, there's a little bit of difficulty, as we've seen with some of the upgrades recently. Now if I press on the refresh wheel or the next tab wheel there, you'll see it changes to some other items which are for different animals. You've got this one down here, which is the wheat bundle, and I've got 32 in storage. You can see the little 32 number there. That needs I've got 97 wheat, it needs 75 to make one of those bundles. That one is for sanctuary animals. There's another one down there, which is the meat bucket. You'll see there's a number 12 there against the silo or the barn, and that means I've got 12 in storage. That needs carrots and fish, and that's 38 minutes to produce, and that is for, again, sanctuary animals. If I tap on each of these without going to the storage, you can see the numbers that I've got down there under the barn icon. That tells me how many of those I've actually got in storage. So I can see very quickly what I need to produce if I want to. And to produce, I just slide it on down, and then it starts making it as it works its way through its cycle. And you tend to focus on those that you're turning around more quickly. Now, once I've got the resources, I can then feed my animals, and until my resources are gone, I can keep checking to see if there's anything else to be done. And once I've checked and they're all done, that one needs to be fed, so there we go, beautiful. Another couple need to be fed down there as well. That's why checking is very beneficial indeed. Okay, all the animals are fed to the ability that I've got within the game. I've still got these ones down here to feed. I haven't done those ones yet. They still need to be done, and once I produce the feed, I can then do that. Right, next animals. Now, the products that I'm getting from these, so I'm getting like milk, I'm getting wool, I'm getting bacon, I'm getting goat's milk, and I'm getting eggs. I can use that within the game, and some of those items can be used to feed some of the animals. So we got specific pets within the game. If you look down here, you can see the categories of animals. We've got donkeys, we've got guinea pigs, we've got rabbits, we've got horses, we've got dogs and puppies, we've got cats and kittens. Now, just like normal life, animals need to be fed for real. And if I click on the building here for the cat, you'll see it needs milk. The kittens, milk. If I click on the puppies, they need bacon. If I click on the dogs, they need bacon. If I do the stables, carrots. If I do the bunnies, it's carrots. If I do the guinea pigs, carrots. And if I do the donkeys, it's carrots. So each of these existing pets that we've got within the game, or other animals, as you might want to call them as well, require specific items. And again, to feed them is very easy. With the milk, you just slide it down. One of the actual bowls is filled up. Keep sliding it down, another one's done. Keep sliding it down, another one's done. Now what I can do is then jump over to the next building and do the same thing and keep filling until the actual icon disappears. Once the icon disappears, you've then filled up all of the bowls that animal needs to actually eat. And then you just blow the whistle. It wakes up the animals. They come running on over. They might start drinking, or they may drink then go back to sleep. They might just move around. You'll get the experience points, and you'll get the resources from them as well. It's the same with the kittens. I can do the same thing. I can feed. If I don't want to feed the other one, I can just click on that. It wakes up every single pet, even the one that I've not fed. And maybe when I get my milk later, I can then come down and feed it, and it's good. Now, if I were to position these in different locations, I've got the kitten one over there, and I press the kitten one, the kittens run to that one. If I press this one down here, the kittens run to this one. So wherever you call them to, the animals will go to that location. And it's kind of cool because you can create some kind of mazes and other fun activities as where the animals move around. And that's the same with the bushes as well. Like I got my squirrels over here. If I move those to different locations, the squirrels go to those locations wherever they are and then go back to their home to actually do what they need to do. Now, horses are the same style as our dogs and other pets. You just go to the building, tap on it, slide the bacon down in this case, blow the whistle, get your expansion materials, get your XP. Your animals are then fed, and then many hours later, they will then require more feeding. Now, if you want to know the feeding times or the time it takes to do this, Heyday Wiki is a fabulous resource. Go check it out. Literally, for this video, I'm just showing you the feeding stages and what's needed. Sliding over to the horses, it's carrots. You've got to grow the carrots in your actual fields. If you don't have enough carrots, please do grow them. They are very handy indeed and very useful for selling. And you're filling up these little bags for the carrots, and then just like with the others, the animals will eat as needed. If you need more carrots, just slide on down, harvest your crops, and then just plant your crops like this. Very simple indeed. Those carrots will then grow. You've then got the feed to actually produce. And it's the same with making the feed that's required for the animal products. You just slide on down, plant the crops that you need, it grows, and then you can then feed. If you're hiring the helpers, they will harvest the crops and make the feed for you, but you're going to have to plant in some way, so be careful of that. Now, bunny rabbits, the same kind of thing. Just slide on the carrots down, wake those up, and then just keep doing. Get my XP, get my resources. Wonderful. Guinea pigs are a new animal within the game. Same situation. Slide on down. Now notice here that I've actually got 3 bowls and 2 bowls for my guinea pigs, and on the others like 3, 3, 3. What this means is that I've bought pets and not bought pets. So every time you buy a new animal for that specific one, it adds to it. So as you can see over here, I've got 3 kittens and 3 kittens. Sorry, 3 kittens and 1 kitten. So if I slide on down to the shop where I've got my animals section just here, which is this tab here, slide on down to where the specific animals are located. So in this case, let's just say the kittens. There we go, the cute kittens. I've got Tabby, one of those. I've got 2 calicos, and I've got 1 tuxedo. If I want to add a new pet in and a new bowl, I just bring that pet down like so. A new bowl is then added. It will then eat the milk that's already there as well. And once it's drunk that milk, it will then run around for a little bit, like do 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 do. There we go. Tap on it so we can follow it. There we go. My new tuxedo kitten. Bom bom bom. And he will go back to sleep. And then I then feed the bowl like I've got there, which is now 2, wake it up, and he runs around again, and he plays, and he does what he wants to do. And if I want to change his name, so I can change his name to, what should I choose? What's a wonderful name to do? Okay, I'm going to name it after my coffee that I'm drinking at the moment. So G-E-O... G-I-A, Georgia. There we go. Hello, little Georgia. A brand new cat. And he likes the name. Or she likes the name, I don't know. Can't really tell the gender. Right, but that's basically feeding and buying as well. And I keep going through the pets, adding new ones, do my donkeys as well, claim the resources. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And wake those up as well. Right, now those are the main pets. Now we do have some other animals within the game. You've got your squirrels, and you've also got your bees. Now your bees down here is the bee tree, and as you start playing the game, you'll get the chance to upgrade this actual bee tree with the hives. And if you click on the information, you can see that there's 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Now I'm up to 4, I'm fully mastered. And to wake up my bees and have them producing, I've got to plant specific bushes. And if I slide on down here, you've got nectar bush, which is there, and you've got peanut bush. Now the peanut bush is for the squirrels. The nectar bush is for the bees. As soon as I place down the nectar bush, the bees will start flying. And then wherever you place them around your farm, They will head to those locations and then basically do what they need to do to actually collect the resources and then fly back to your hive tree in this case, and then go back and go forward and go back and go forward. When they finish their cycle, which will be at 100, they will just sit in the tree, and just like with the other animals, when they're ready to be done, you just tap on it, slide down the collection, and then you collect the resources. And it's the same with the squirrel houses as well. Starts off with 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. I'm fully mastered in this case. And then once I collect, I just slide down the basket again. So a little bit different on feeding. Right, now we've got a brand new feeder within the game, and this one relates to that gorgeous peacock house. And I'm going to slide the house down to here, leaving the peacock, which is asleep over there at the moment. Now if I wanted to, I don't have to tap on the houses. I can actually tap on the animal, and if I tap on the animal, it will wake it up, and he will then run around and then do what he needs to do. As you can see, my peacock's called Penguin. If you want to know the reason why, you'll have to watch my live streams. We had a bit of an issue with naming the peacock and kept calling it Penguin, so I decided to stick with the name. It's kind of cool. I can't wait to get my second one. Now this is a brand new animal within the game, and to purchase this one you're going to need these gorgeous chick vouchers. You can't buy it like you would normally do with the other resources. It's very different. Now feeding for this one is a new aspect for the game, and this is where a lot of people are struggling, like what do I do with this one? Now when you click on the house, you'll see a variety of options. Now I did mention this in my video when I first made it. You've got all of these resources that you can use for feeding, so whatever you have a large quantity of, you can choose. Now in the case of this one, I've got like 247 soybeans. It's an inexpensive product, I got loads down there, so why not use that one? Or if I've got loads of fish or other products, I can use those. And you can pick and choose from that selection of veggies and other bits that the peacock can eat. Now again, to feed it, you just slide the item down there, it highlights it, places the food down there, and then everything disappears, as you can see there. Now what you can do is slide through until you hit the feed icon, and if you miss it, it's kind of like, I gotta go back through again. So my suggestion is once you've fed it, just close off, tap it again, and then the actual whistle comes up, and it's much easier. So click on the whistle, the peacock will come back, you'll get the rewards, and it's all done and dusted. And that's the peacock. Right, sanctuary animals. Now, as I said earlier, you're making some extra feed down here. You've got the wheat bundles and you've got the meat buckets. They relate to the last of the animals within the game. Now, to find the sanctuary, you click on the town station, slide on over, and you'll see the sanctuary down there, which is broken and destroyed, and all my animals are running around after eating, and they're going back to sleep. Let's just let all of those go back. There goes my foxes. Now, if you want to know what animals you've got, click on the book. As you slide through the book, you can see all of the different animals that we have within the game. The sanctuary itself is not farm related. It is like zoo related, town related. The town is an independent area of the farm. You need to travel from the farm to the town to actually service it, by train in this case. So I know in some ways these animals are not farm related because it's not designed to be. They are a completely separate area. Now for me, I like what I've got. They're annoying to collect the puzzle pieces, but it's cute to have these animals. It's similar to having a zoo, but a little bit different, and I like the fact that Heyday added in a winter tundra for us as well. Now if you go and have a look at Greg's, you will see that there are some babies for these newer animals which we don't have in the game yet, so that will probably be the next update, and then more puzzle pieces to collect. Now the foxes and the cheetahs, they are the buckets. Okay, these reindeer and all the other animals, they are the wheat bundles, so the feed is different. Now if I tap on the elephants as an example, you can see down there that it's got the wheat bundles. I got 32. I slide it on down like so. Once I've done it, I blow the whistle, wake it up, and they're all happy. Come down to my giraffe, same situation, slide it on down. I've got 4 animals and I then feed it. Gorillas, I have 4 as well. Slide it on down and it's done and dusted. Go down to my zebras, same thing, 4 and done and dusted. Down to my hippos, do 4 again, and hey presto, done and dusted. And then my last ones, my actual reindeer, another 4. That was a lot of feed. And it does take quite a bit of time to produce the wheat bundles, but if you're doing a wheating task, which myself and many other content creators enjoy doing, it's a great way to actually use those resources to make wheat bundles, especially if you're just going to leave them overnight and you wake up in the morning, they are done. Remember, a heyday is all about management. If you can't do it, don't worry, do it later. If you can do it and you're playing at the moment, load it up, get it ready, and then deal with it. Right, now the buckets. The buckets relate to these animals down here, as I said. If I click on them, you see the feed is a little different. And again, it's the same situation. Just slide it on down, the feed appears, you press it to wake them up and they run around and they start doing. Same with the cheetahs. Press that one, slide it on down. Now, if you don't have the animals, you can't feed. If you have feed in your storage, you can't use it until you've actually got the animals. So start working towards getting those puzzle pieces. Puzzle boats, events, derby prizes, fantastic. And then once you've got all the animals, you can think about decorating as well. I like to decorate. If I think about my sanctuary areas, I ripped my design apart before, but if you can have a look, there's like an older partial breakdown design there that I was thinking about in the past, but the other one I did have is gone because I took it apart to redecorate and revamp everything, which I'll be coming to later. Right, that's the animals. That's the feeding. If you've got any questions about feeding and what to do, just let me know. If you still have any questions about why something's not working or you're not sure what's going on, again, let me know. Some people have been saying they would like to see another feed meal. I'm umming and ahhing on that one myself. I think for the farm animals 2 is fine, but because of the quantities of these 2 products, if the animals in the sanctuary start increasing more, I would like to see a sanctuary feed mill option. I wish in some ways there were a bit of a crossover with farm and town that you could move things over to it. 2 is good and they're forever busy and they should always be busy, but again it can be very annoying. If you are wanting to actually have your helpers do something, then you might want to use your boosters you've got within the game to actually get them doing it. So this young lady here, she is the one that does your feeding and keeps your stock and prepares everything. So you just pick and choose what you would like from her. So in the case of this one, I'm going to go with like 50 eggs. I'm going to go with like another 50 milk as well because I like lots of milk. Slide that one up, get myself some of the wool, 15, another 15 down there, bacon, and then I go with the goat's milk, 20. Actually, no, I go down to 20, bring that up to 20, and then bring that up to 20. There we go. Confirm that. Now with the helper settings, okay, you can come into rows and click on here, and you said feed all the animals, keep extra feed. You can keep extra feed, do not feed all animals, so no extra feed, and you can pick and change and choose what you want. I prefer this one here because then she does everything. So she keeps 1 extra feed per animal. Whenever any animal is hungry, she feeds it and replenishes the feed. So very useful indeed. Confirm that. She's now busy doing her job. If I wanted to activate Ernest, again, I've got other boosters down there which I can use. So we've got a 72-hour one there as well. I'm going to have him doing lots of milk for me this time. And I'm going to go with 80 milk, I think. And then I'm going to have him doing my sugars as well. So 80 browns. Okay. There we go, and confirm that. And again, if I tap on his information, you can't really change his settings, but it does tell you a little bit about them up there if you wanted to double check on that side. Stock wise, he's got nothing in stock at the moment, which is fine by me, and I'm happy. Now it does mean I'm going to need to plant some crops. I don't want my helpers running out of crops, so let's go plant some sugar down there to be on the safe side. And because I've got her now making the feed, I need to make sure that these crops are planted and there's plenty. So we go do that, collect that one as well, and go get that one done again and put some carrots in that one. There we go. She'll keep taking the items, and I got to make sure everything's replenished. She'll now feed the animals, collect the resources, and build up. And as I mentioned per the storage earlier, anything that she makes doesn't go into there in relation to the feed. It goes into her additional storage down there, which is very beneficial indeed. It gives you a nice little extra boost, which is pretty good until it fills up. Okay, that's it. I'm done and dusted with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, there's a subscription button just there. You've also got that little image there that shows other videos or another playlist, but there's more on my channel. I hope you will check them out. Hit like as well for this video, or dislike, your choice at the end of the day. But do post a comment if you would like to as well, because I do enjoy reading them. But either way, see you next time. Bye now.